Hey folks, rhubarb season is upon us and I've been out in the garden and I've picked myself some rhubarb. I've chopped it down, as in I've chopped the roots off and I've chopped the greenery off the top. I've given it a wash and now I'm going to chop it up because in this recipe today I'm going to make something called rhubarb cheese. Now this is something I've never made before. It's very experimental and it's based on a traditional West Yorkshire recipe for something called lemon cheese. But rather than using lemon juice, I'm going to use pulped rhubarb. I've got no idea what it's going to be like. Let's find out. So here's my rhubarb and I've got more than what I need, but I'm going to chop all this down and I'm going to stew it to begin with in this wok. There's no need to peel the rhubarb. It's simply a case of just chopping it down into little chunks like so. Popping them in the wok. And I'll add a little bit of water when they're all in there, but let's wait until they are all in there. I'll be back in a minute. So that's all my rhubarb in the wok. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in the bottom. That's enough. So I've got my gas ring on and I'm going to put it on the lowest it will go. I've got my rhubarb and water in the wok and I've got a lid on. The lid is so steam builds up inside, which will break down the rhubarb fibre. I want this on a low heat because I don't want it to burn or fry or anything like that. I just want steam to build up, heat to build up, and for the rhubarb to break down. It does break down quite easily, so there's nothing really for me to show you until that starts happening. I'll be back in a bit.
Stir you must.
So let's have a quick look. And that is beginning to stew nicely. Note how much the liquid level has risen as the rhubarb breaks down. And that is looking pretty decent. Not done, but decent. I want to get this into a mush because I'm going to puree it so it's not fibrous. So I'm just going to leave it for a bit longer.
Back I will be.
Right, I think that is done enough. It absolutely is. So I'm going to switch this off now. And I'm going to leave this now because I want it to cool down completely before I puree it. Once I've pureed it, I will go through the rest of the ingredients and the rest of the recipe for you. So I'll be back in a few hours' time. See you then. Hey folks, it's several hours later. As you can see, it's now dark outside and the rhubarb has completely cooled. I've measured some out and here are now the full list of ingredients for this recipe. So from the 800 grams of rhubarb that I had, I've measured out 500 grams. The other 300 I'm just going to make stewed rhubarb with to go with desserts or breakfast cereal. So this is 500 grams of the stewed rhubarb. I've got 400 grams of normal standard household granulated sugar. I've got 170 grams, which is mixed butter and margarine. I've got 3 eggs, and because it's in homage to lemon cheese, I'm going to put a few drops of lemon juice in there as well, just for a bit more zesty flavour. A nice and simple ingredient list. Let's crack on. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my rhubarb into this vessel here through a jam funnel, and I'll be using this funnel again later when it comes to jarring, but that is now my 500 grams of stewed rhubarb. And now I need to pulp this. And I'll do that with my handheld blender. I'm hoping I've not overfilled this. I don't want it to go everywhere, so I shall be a little bit gentle with it to begin with. That's working just fine, actually. So what I've got here now is a nice and smooth rhubarb puree. And I've made it nice and smooth because lemon cheese is a very smooth spread and I want this rhubarb cheese to emulate that with the smoothness. Now this is a little bit thicker than I'd anticipated and I'm wondering now, I'm just scratching my head, I'm wondering whether I need to water it down a little bit or leave as is. I think I'll leave as is for now, but I may add some water as the recipe goes on if it looks like it's too thick. And what I will also do possibly is tinker with the ingredients because I've never made this before. So it might be as I'm going along I think, oh, I need to add a bit more sugar or something like that. So if I do that, I will let you know if I modify it. So this is now quite straightforward. All I'm going to do is put my 170 grams of butter into my Le Creuset pot. I'm going to pour my rhubarb on top of the butter. And I'm going to pour my sugar on top of that. It's very easy and straightforward. on top of the sugar. I'm going to take my lemon juice and just do a few dashes. Now I need to get cracking, and I'm going to crack my 3 eggs into the blender vessel that the rhubarb was in earlier. And then I'm going to take my blender and I'm just going to give these a quick blast. And then you guessed it, the blended eggs, which I'm just going to shake around in there to get any bits of rhubarb off the inside. This is all going to be now poured on top. How simple is that? I'm going to add a little bit of water just to remove some of this from around the edge. It's not a lot, and it will evaporate off anyway as the recipe progresses. And that's going on top. And that's a lot cleaner now. Right, we're going that way. So my Le Creuset pot could go on a ring, or it could go in the oven, but that would cook it too quickly. So what I'm actually doing is making a bain marie. So a bain marie is essentially me putting some water onto boil on that ring just there. So let's get that ring on. Nice and low. I don't want it on any strength of heat at all that's going to cause this to boil rapidly, because that will be counterproductive. So what I've got to do now is put my Le Creuset pot onto the saucepan. The bottom of it is just in the water, and that's absolutely fine. So what will happen is the water will come to a simmer. As that begins to simmer, this will start to heat up in here. As it begins to heat up, the butter will melt and the eggs will combine. And what I've got to then do is stir with my Yoda spoon and get this to a nice constituency. And it is just a case of stirring it and watching it and stirring it and watching it. It's going to take 20 minutes before anything's really happening.
Back to you I will come.
So apologies for the background noise, I've got the dishwasher on, but here is the progress. And you can see that the heat has built up because things have started to melt. So what I'm going to do now is just give this a stir around so it all begins to blend a little bit. And I'm very fortunate that this Le Creuset fits nicely on this saucepan, so I don't have to worry about it falling into the water. There's still a long way to go, and the butter still feels gritty in there, but essentially this is the procedure from this point onwards, really. So I'm going to pop that back on, and I'll come back to you in about 15 minutes time. And 15 minutes later, you can see that the margarine and butter has now nicely melted. And this is all going to blend together. So the water underneath is kind of steaming a bit, but it's not too hot. And I'm quite happy for it to continue on a very gentle basis like this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to leave the lid off, because I would like any excess water in here to very slowly dissipate through evaporation if possible. That will help it to thicken up. I'll come back to you in half an hour. So this is actually an hour later, and it looks exactly like lemon cheese. You can't even tell that there was rhubarb puree in it. It's beginning to thicken up nicely, but because there's quite a lot in here, this is taking a lot longer than it usually would. And I've managed to avoid it splitting, and I've managed to avoid creating scrambled eggs, which is always a bonus. Now the water vapour that you can see coming off is going to help this to reduce, and that will help it to thicken. And I'm quite comfortable to leave this doing what it's doing and just keep coming back and giving it a stir. So I'm just going to carry on as I am doing. When I feel like it's finished, I'll come back to you. See you then. Alright, so I'm about another 45 minutes in, and this is looking pretty much done, I think. So it seems to be quite thick. It's got a bit of a gelatinous edge to it, and you can see that it's starting to stick to the spoon on the sides of the spoon. So what I'm just going to do is give it a little stir around and take some. Just put that on this plate just here. I want to see how it sets when it's cooled. I'll be back. Okay, so this is what is on the plate, and you can see whilst it is moving, it's not runny. And the constituency of lemon cheese, and this is rhubarb cheese, should be about like this. So it's not stiff like jam, but it's not too runny either. And this is pretty much spot on. So I'm more than happy that this is now done. Just going to have a little taster. Oh wow, absolutely beautiful. It's got a slightly lemony zestiness from the lemon juice that I put in, but the overarching flavour is rhubarb. And it's so creamy. Absolutely wonderful, great. I'm really happy with this. I need to let it cool down and I need to find some jars. I'm not quite sure where all my jars are. So if I'm not back to you later, I'll come back to you in the morning. Right, see you then. Okay, so a few hours later, the next morning, this is now ready for jarring. Let me just show you what I've got just here. I've got 3 jars and I think that's probably as much as what I've got in the Crusette. And let's have a look inside here. It's nice and thick. This is the right sort of constituency that I'm looking for, and this will thicken up even more when it goes into the fridge. So I'm jarring with a jam funnel, which just means that hopefully it'll be a little bit tidier than what it might have been. So remember that this is still lukewarm, this liquid, and that means that it's not as thick as what it will be. Trust me, it will be more like a spread when it comes out the fridge. So that's one down. Get the lid on, and I'm going to pop this in the fridge. I'll come back to you when they're all done. Right, that's the rhubarb cheese in the fridge. I'll come back to you later today for the opening and tasting on a slice of toast. Okay, I'm back, and as ever, the proof is in the tasting. The bread is in the toaster. Okay, now to add the rhubarb cheese, and I'm going to do so using a teaspoon because it is quite runny, so I can just drizzle it on top and then spread it around with the back of the teaspoon. Now this is slightly runnier than what I would have liked it to have been, I must admit. I think next time I do this I will either put less rhubarb puree in, or I'll add more sugar and more butter so that when it cools it stiffens better. But let me know in the comments if you can think of a way I could have done it better to make it into a bit of a stiffer mixture. I'm quite happy with the flavour, but it would have been better if it was a bit stiffer. So, let's see what it's like on toast. It's gorgeous. It really is lovely. So the lemoniness from that little bit of lemon juice is there, but the rhubarb is the big punching flavour, and it's so creamy. The eggs and the sugar and the butter really make it creamy. Delicious. So it definitely works experimenting with the traditional lemon cheese recipe, adding different fruit other than just lemon juice. I could see this working with apple, maybe banana. I'm just going to try and experiment this summer. So when apple season kicks in, look out for apple cheese. Anyway, this has worked up to a point. Flavour wise, 10 out of 10. Constituency, 6.5 out of 10. It needed to be that bit thicker. But overall, it's been a success and I'm very happy with it. So, hope you've enjoyed the film, folks. Have a go at making it for yourself. Let me know how yours turns out. And if you can offer me any tips to make it into a stiffer mixture, then, you know, feel free to comment. I would appreciate it. So I'll catch you on the next film, whatever that may be. Thanks very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, leave me comments. I do reply to them eventually. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you on the next film, folks. Cheers.